In this demo, we are going to learn about the PostgreSQL cluster overview and the management. Let's talk about the basics. PostgreSQL is always going to allow you to create multiple cluster. When we say the multiple cluster, it means that one cluster is having its completely isolated environment. That means it will have its own configuration file. It is going to have its own data directory. It is going to have its own WAL files, and it is going to have its own background processes and the port. What we are going to do in this demo is we are going to understand the cluster architecture. We are going to create and manage multiple clusters. We are going to run multiple PostgreSQL versions, and we are going to configure custom ports and the directories. For this, prerequisite we have is we already have a Ubuntu 24.04 EC2 instance running. We are going to install PostgreSQL again, which is PostgreSQL 18, and we are going to run some of the utilities which are called as PG_ls clusters. Let's talk about what is a PostgreSQL cluster. A cluster is a fully isolated PostgreSQL server environment. That means it is one PostgreSQL instance. It is one data directory. It has one configuration file. That means PostgreSQL.conf will be one. There will be all related files will be having a single set. And it is bound to a particular port. Say for example, it is a default one, so it is going to be 5432. What are the key cluster components? You have the data directory, you have the background processes, you have the port, and you have the system D services. When we are going to deploy the PostgreSQL software for the first time, and if we run pg_ls cluster, it is going to show you the cluster which is running. And by default, if you have not mentioned the name, the first cluster which is created is a main cluster. So if you just say pg_ls cluster, pgctl cluster, 18 main status, so main is the name. If you wanted to start the cluster, you can use systemctl. To stop, we do the same. And if you just wanted to reload the configuration, we just say reload and the cluster name. If you wanted to create a new cluster, then using pg_create cluster, you mention the version and the name of the cluster which you are going to create. In that case, the data directory will be created under the varlib PostgreSQL. Version is 18. If it is 17, then 17, and the name will be over here. Configuration directory will be over here with the name standby, and the port is already used. Say for example 5432, then the other port will be used. If you have to start a new cluster, you just have to mention the name. You just say sudo systemctl start the new cluster name. As of now, we have mentioned standby, so it is going to take PostgreSQL at 18 standby. Let us see how we are going to do it. So for this case, for the first time, we have a new environment. So let's install it again. So I have the server already EC2 instance. I'm just going to install PostgreSQL 18 binary just to show it from the beginning, that when you create the install the PostgreSQL binary for the first time, it is going to install the first cluster. And if you don't mention the name will be over here. Also, I'm going to navigate to the README so that we can take all the steps from there. Yes. Though it was not required, but just to show that the cluster is having all of its own component. We already enabled the services. The next step which we are going to do is we are going to secure the PostgreSQL role. Though for this demo it is not required, but we're just making it as a practice. We are configuring the remote access as well. And we are enabling the sudo access for the Postgre operating system user, which is created as part of the installation. And I'll just check if everything is working fine or not. So we have the cluster available running, and now we are going to start with the cluster. Means it will have its own background process data directory. So if I just run this command, it is showing that the version is it is, cluster name is main, port is 5432, status is online. On our Postgre, this is the data directory, this is the log file. I can run this command also, which says the pg-ctl cluster 18 main status. This is the version name, this is the cluster name, and another is the status name. So this is going to show you the pg-ctl cluster. If I wanted to start or stop a cluster, this is the command. I can use sudo systemctl start PostgreSQL 18 main. It's already started. If I just wanted to stop, I can do the stop and then start it. Let's see if I just do restart. This is how we work with the cluster. If you just wanted to reload, you can do it. Let's check the status. And the next thing, if you wanted to create a new cluster, you just say pg underscore create cluster version and the name of the cluster. So if you just write this, this is going to create a new cluster. So if you see, it has created its own data directory. It is going to create its subdirectory. It is going to create everything new. And if you see, this is version, name of the cluster, port, status, data directory, and log file. And this is how we are going to do it. If you just say verify new cluster, and if you just give the name, it is going to show you. If you just have to start the new cluster, before starting the new cluster, we are just going to reload the systemctl daemon so that it can identify the cluster which is being created. And now if I just wanted to start the cluster which is created with the name standby, I'll just say systemctl start PostgreSQL 818-standby. So this way I'm going to start it, and once it is started, I can check the status, and this should be listed inside the, and if I go ahead, let's check the status of the cluster pgcls cluster. It is going to show me there are two clusters. One is the main, which we have created as the start during the deployment, and another is we created which is a standby. The next thing which we can do is we can create a cluster on custom port in the directory using this command. So what this is saying is using pg underscore create cluster, I mentioned the name of the cluster, then the data directory where you wanted to have, and the port number. So this is going to create the new cluster with the details which you have mentioned from the non-default location. Again, you can check the status. If it's not running, so to start it, you can start it again. You can reload. We can check the status. You can see we have created it. If you just wanted to drop a cluster, we can do it using the name of the cluster. So if you just say drop cluster, it is going to drop it. So you just run it. pg drop cluster 18 test cluster. So it is still running. We should stop it and then we can drop it. So systemctl stop cluster, we can do it and it is going to work. So if you wanted to connect to a particular port, we can do it. So we can do it this way. So let's try it. If we just wanted to stop it over here and let's drop it, and it should be going away from here. This is gone. So this is how we do it. And if you wanted to connect to a particular cluster, you have to mention the port. Say for example, if I just say sudo su space minus postgre, and if I say PSQL, it is going to connect to the default cluster. If I just wanted to mention the another one which is existing is this one. If I run this, this is going to connect with the other cluster. That's how we are going to do it. When to use or avoid multiple clusters. If you have a, you can do it in the, what do you say, as the test or the development environment. And normally we create the multiple cluster when we have to do the upgrade. That's the only way we do it. If you want to do some replication testing, we do it. We should not use multiple clusters on a production environment. That's not recommended unless or until it is an upgrade or replication kind of scenario. And you can have multiple cluster on one EC2 instance. You can create man, which we have done. We can create with another name. We can create with, let's say we have created with test cluster, and we can create cluster with the different version. As of now, we created with it 18. We can create it using the other version as well. That's how we do it. So there are a lot of operations that can be performed using the uh, clusters. The cluster is not the the one which we see in normal post database technology, where we say this is a group of databases which are bound together on multiple nodes. Here, it is a group of the databases which are bound to a particular software. They have the individual data directory, they have a particular port, and they are assembled together and they run on a particular machine. It is not like multiple machines are bound together the way clustering is seen in the traditional database world. And that's pretty much of it for the cluster demo.